How doing? This is Rob Barnum, McTerry Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Richard TV 91. This time I'm doing another episode of movie reviews, and this time I'm reviewing Godzilla King of the Monsters. What Godzilla King of the Monsters is about, it's about Monarch. And they have made this device called the Orca. And what it is it can control Titans. And the first Titan that we see in this movie is the baby form of Mothra. And they wake her up, and then after they wake her up, they calm her down, and then she goes up under this waterfall and makes her cocoon. And while she's cocooning, Monarch gets attacked by this environmental terrorist organization. We'll come to find out the scientist that made the Orca with her husband is with this environmental terrorist group, and they take the Orca and they will go wake up Ghidorah. Well, when they wake up Ghidorah, Godzilla shows up, and Ghidorah and Godzilla had their first fight in this movie. And Godzilla gets his butt kicked, and he goes back down to where his home is to recharge because he's pretty much dead after this fight with Ghidorah, because the army made this oxygen bomb or whatever to try to kill Ghidorah, but Ghidorah isn't of Earth. He's actually an alien, we find out in this movie, and Godzilla and the Titans are from Earth. Well, the second Titan that gets woken up after Ghidorah is Rodan, and Rodan is helping Ghidorah out, and Mothra is helping Godzilla out. Well, we find all this out, and Mothra evolves into her Mothra form or whatever, and at the end of the movie, the big showdown between Godzilla and Mothra versus Ghidorah and Rodan happen, and Mothra winds up wounding Rodan, but Mothra winds up getting killed by Ghidorah and giving some of her power to Godzilla after she dies, and then Godzilla being supercharged by a nuclear bomb that the head of Monarch gave to Godzilla, and in doing so he died to try to recharge Godzilla. Godzilla pretty much disintegrates Ghidorah and consumes Ghidorah and eat him. And after this, all the awakened Titans show up and bow down to Godzilla. But the only Titan that they didn't show that hasn't bowed down to Godzilla is King Kong. And the reason for that, we'll see in the next movie, it's going to be King Kong versus Godzilla. So we'll have to see what happens with that. That's all that really happened. If y'all have ever watched Godzilla King of the Monsters, what y'all like about it? As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out. Guys, GG's awesome. It's been an episode of Richard TV 91. See y'all next time.